Hello, and welcome back to another DIY. My name is Saint Jean. Hi! So, in today's video, we are going to be making, I don't know what I'm calling this, but it's just a bikini that I'm just adding on some beaded appliques onto. I got everything in this video from Amazon. So, all you're going to need is this applique sheet. It's not applique sheet. I don't know what it's. God, I tried to look it up, but I couldn't find it, so I don't know what it's called. So we're going to need some of that material. We're going to need a bikini or any swimsuit that you want to sew on this on. And you're going to need some needle and thread. And that's it. So while I was filming this, my ring light broke. So I'm using my phone flashlight to kind of brighten up this video. But it's going to be like this until the end. So I do apologize. But first thing first, all we're going to do is start cutting out some of the material. And then we're going to cut off all of that black little mesh on there so that you can get a clean up look of it. Yeah. So when I started cutting out everything, I realized that some of the beaded appliques started to look like, I think it looked like a bird. So I started cutting off that part exactly right where I'm cutting right there, because that's the part that looked like a little bird. And then that's what I'm going to use to sew onto the bikini, because instead of me having to cut up a lot of it, I can just use one sheet and it just cover it up completely. Yeah, so that's how it's looking. That little mesh that I'm cutting off right there, I'm going to save it until the end so I can sew it on to the bottom part of it. To make sure that you save everything, because it can always be reused. So this part is really boring, but I'm going to still keep in this footage. So while I was cutting off the extra material that I had on it, I accidentally cut way too much, so I had to do the same thing onto the next side of it. So when I started sewing on everything together, it kind of was looking kind of crumbly, but I don't think it's that obvious. But to me, I know where I made my mistake, so it was pretty obvious to me. So that's where I messed up. I cut off way too much. So the top part, it's not gonna fit how I wanted it to fit. But yeah, just cutting. This video is basically me cutting off all the mesh and then just sewing it on. That's it. It's a pretty boring video, but it turned out good, so not too disappointed. A little FYI, while I was ordering this from Amazon, since it was only $6, that's the only reason why I got it. The top is going to be a little bit too small, but the bottom is going to fit perfectly. So that's what happens when you get a matching set. You can never pick the size that you want. But yeah, I'm going to be cutting off all of this mesh, even in between, which that's where some of the beads start falling off. So yeah. So this is where the fun starts. Since it's actually a beaded material, it was very difficult to push the needle through. So after a while, I just gave up because the thread kept on breaking. So it wasn't really perfect. You can see the thread all over the place. But yeah, this is where it gets complicated. Plus my nails are really long, so it's difficult for me to grab the needle. So I have to be pushing it through. Yeah. This took a minute. And while I was sewing it on, since the thread kept on breaking, I started to, like, whenever I push the needle through, I would just tie it right then and there, just in case if the thread breaks off, then I wouldn't have to start back over again. So I'm going to show you guys that in a minute. So now I'm just adding on the finishing touches. I already finished that one side. I didn't show you guys, but this is how it's looking. So good. And this is how it looks. Like if I had turned down the flash on it, you'd have just seen it shining. It does have a little shine to it. That's how the back looks. Yep, it looks pretty good. And this is the bottom part. You can just leave the bottom part just the way it is, or if you want to be fancy like I am, I decided those 4 appliques right there, I'm just going to sew them onto the bottoms just for a little extra effect, since I didn't want to lose them when I started packing up everything. So that's why I decided to just sew them onto it. And I think it brings everything together instead of just the top being blinged out and the bottom just being plain. So yeah, this is pretty much the whole video. I'm sorry I kept on rambling on and on, but it's just this video was pretty simple, me sewing on stuff onto this bikini. So yeah, I didn't know what exactly I should be saying, but thank you for watching this video. And hopefully I will see you in my next one. Hopefully it will be better than this one. So, bye. Make sure to subscribe.